Hey, how's it going? Damn, the game crashed. Hey. How you doing tonight, man? Alright, so I am going to do a clean, from scratch YouTube series for Gloomhaven as I play through the game. So I'm going to do a brand new campaign, create all my characters, and start from scratch. And we'll say new campaign, go normal modifier. Oh, good, good. Yes. So I'm gonna go through them.
Welcome to the harsh lands of Gloomhaven.
I'm gonna let it talk.
You think you have what it takes to become a mercenary out there on the edge of the world? We are paid to venture into the darkest forests of the region and to step into ancient crypts with the unmistakable stench of death and rotting flesh. Lovely places to earn a name for yourself. Be ready to face cutthroats, undead, fearsome tribes, and dreadful demons from other realms. You didn't find yourself as a mercenary without knowing how to crack a few skulls, did you?
Alright. There we go. Going into the harrowing wilderness surrounding Gloomhaven, you'll need at least 2 mercenaries in your party, or greedy enough to seek out brave or greedy enough to seek out adventures in exchange for gold. In the left panel, you'll find the panel. You know what? I'm just going to do the breakdown. I'm not going to bother reading this. So, this is where you're going to these 4. You can have 4 mercenaries in your group. They're trying to have you start off with 2. You can add more. But you need at least 2. What they're having you do here is it's basically just going to break down the creation of the character. So I'm not even going to bother reading this. I'm just going to walk through it. So, first things first, you're going to pick your first character. You have to create a new mercenary. And when you start the game off, start the campaign off from scratch, you have a choice of 6 mercenaries. You have the Brute. And this is, melee tank. He's got low difficulty. He's fairly easy to play, pretty straightforward. He's lots of health, does some attack damage, is the frontline guy. Next is Tinkerer. So this is like a support class. They got low health, but they have a large ability card pool. The Brute starts off with 13. Tinkerer starts off with 15. So that's 15 total cards that you get to play before you have to do a rest. They have lower health, and they have kind of some weird mechanics to them, but they're basically a healer. They do a lot of range damage that does poison and wound, but generally they're more early game. They started off, they're leaning towards healer. So this is kind of your intro healer character. Next is the Scoundrel. So this is going to be your rogue, your melee DPS, right? They're going to be up front, they're going to be doing damage. The Scoundrel and the Mind Thief have very similar play styles, where it's about getting in, doing some damage, and then getting out before you take too much damage. So they kind of play off of using the Brute as a tank. Next is the Cragheart. So this character is interesting. They're kind of like a mage of sorts. Their abilities are things like, what's a good way to put this? The Cragheart has this thing for causing damage using environment. So some of their abilities include sprouting up a pillar, that takes up a hex on the grid. It takes up a spot on the map, and then using pushes or pulls to slam enemies into those obstacles. They have a lot of they have some AoE damage. The kind of a double-edged sword though, because they're also going to hurt your teammates. They have the on the upper lower end of health to start with, and they have a decent amount of ability cards. Yeah. So when I played, the first time I played a Cragheart was the board game. And 100% I named him Korg. It was fun. They are an interesting class. I think once you get a couple more of their skills, they get a couple levels underneath them, and you've unlocked a few more cards, they start to be a lot more fun. Early game, it's a lot of like get in, do some damage, but you kind of almost have to jump in first so that you don't hurt your teammates. And because they're on, like the middle low end of health, actually 10 is middle. We'll say middle because that's. Oh no, I guess it is high, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so these guys are low. Okay, so they're on the high end of health actually, so that's not too bad. But they take a lot of damage because a lot of their stuff puts them either at risk or has like, oh, I did 5 damage to you, but I also do 2 damage to myself kind of thing. So it's kind of a medium. I feel like they're probably closer to the hard end of medium. Like they've got some, you got to plan things out. It makes it a little easier when you're playing this game by yourself and you're controlling all the characters because you can plan around yourself, right? Like you know that, oh, I was planning on moving this person up and doing an attack, and this person is already here next to me, so I don't want to do, so you can plan around it. But I'm going to save the Cragheart for later. I'm not going to start off using him. Spellweaver. Spellweaver is high difficulty. It's a lot of burst damage. You don't want to take hits because you have so little health. Your ability card pool is a decent size, but part of your gimmick is that you're blowing through cards. Your cards do not get cycled quickly. So yeah, it's kind of like the Spellweaver's a lot of like burst out abilities to gain a lot of XP, but you're also probably a good chance of exhausting because you're burning cards real fast. And then the Mind Thief, which is actually the very first character I played. So the Mind Thief is kind of an interesting character because she has a different kind of set of skills. Her attack actions have the ability to put what's called an augment out, and so that's a semi-permanent bonus to buff to your attacks. The good starting one is it basically adds +2 to all melee attacks. And that stays out until you play a different augment card. So you have to intentionally get rid of the augment. There are some that do muddle and poison. Poison's a good one because it adds an extra point of damage every time you do an attack. But and muddle gives them a disadvantage, so they have to roll twice and they have to choose the worst modifier, which I'll get into. Not bad, but for the most part, this character is very squishy. So things like Cloak of Invisibility is really good. They actually have an invisibility skill as well. Yes, the giant rat. But this is the first character I played, and it took me a little bit to get used to. Once I got the hang of it, she's a lot of fun. And when you get to some of the higher level skills, she's got some crazy skills. But it is a lot of like, in her case, she has an ability that goes invisible. Well, invisible lasts the round you cast it on, and then the next round, and then it wears off. But while you're invisible, you can move, you can attack, you're free to do whatever. You can't be attacked back though. So it's a great skill. She actually has a card that puts her invisible. So one of the things that I like to do with her is attack early on the round, and then make myself go invisible. So now I'm invisible for the rest of this round. And if I go early enough, I don't have to take any damage from the enemy. And then then I go the next round, I go late, like the last initiative I can get. And basically that means I stay invisible the entire time until my turn goes. As soon as my turn goes, I come back uninvisible. And that's like a nice way to keep yourself mid-maxing your invisibility and your defense to keep from taking damage. Because if she gets hit, she's going to get hurt. Yeah, I like her. I think at higher levels, she's going to be better. And I think to start with, though, I am going to go... Well, I'm definitely going Brute. Let's see here. What's a good name? Let's see. Is there anything I can... Gleam onto... Let's see. It's probably on the nose, but... Brutus! F2 Brute. Mistakes. I'll do a different one. Alright, so after you choose your mercenary, you have to pick out basically a life goal. They're personal quests. This is a overarching ability, or like not ability, sorry, objective that you do throughout your play. And when you pick a character, you get to choose between one or two. So you can either choose, in this case, the two random ones that came up was kill 20 different types of monsters. That one's going to be a little difficult. It's going to take some time, but that's not bad. This one's donate money. I know what both of these are because I've played the game before. So I'm going to go with this one because I basically these are rewards. So once you complete it, your character retires and you have to create a new mercenary. But your reward for completing this is this. This right here is an unlocked character class. So this is one of the classes that is not available yet until I unlock it. And then prosperity adds to your town, which helps lower the cost of items at the store, helps unlock new items, stuff like that. So I'm going to go with... This one can be done very easily. 120 gold donated to the Sanctuary would not take very long. Especially because you start off with 45 or 50 gold, something like that. So like I could easily go and donate, do a couple dungeons, and then donate the rest and be done. But I want to do this one. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but I'm gonna need the tank for longer anyways, so go with that. All right. So now we gotta get a second one. I think... Well, we're going to go Tinkerer for now for the heals. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so Seeker of Zorn. Oh, man. Oh. These are two good ones. So in my playthrough, actually when I played Korg, my ultimate, the character that I ended up having this as a personal quest, and when I unlocked it, this character was really interesting to play. But this character is really good too. We're gonna go with... I'm gonna wait on this one. I'm gonna go with this one. Alright. Yeah, it's not gonna click on the screen. Okay, so heading up to gear up. Okay, so this is where they want me to go to the merchant, buy some stuff. Oh, you start with 30. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, I'll just do this because I hate that question mark thing. So as the tank, we're gonna go with this. What this does is means anytime that somebody pulls a modifier for their damage, instead of if it comes up as a 2 times damage, it immediately drops to +0. There's no cost to the item. It just always does that. It just basically means no headshots, right? So we definitely want this on our tank. Next 2 sources of damage. Next attempts to your checker. 1 shield, but that adds item. So this one right here basically adds 1 shield for when I initiate it. The next 2 times I take damage, it adds 1 shield, negating 1 damage from each of those 2 attacks. However, it also adds a modifier to my deck that's -1, meaning that if I'm doing an attack and I get that modifier, if my attack is a base 3, I'm going to do 2 damage. And I feel like I'm going to do that. Alright, so then go here, equip the helmet, equip the armor. So for Megamind, usually go with this for him if I'm not trying to save money, just because he does range damage when he does do attacks. And that's like you can every time you long rest that gets untapped, so you can use it over and over again. That only works on melee. This is good, but it's a one-time thing. Think we're gonna go with this. No, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So when you have an advantage, what that means is that you actually pull 2 modifier cards, and you take the best of those 2. Go back to the world map. Yeah, okay. This right here. Okay, so let me just get 2 more mercenaries in because I'm not gonna mess around. The range is nice. I'm gonna wait on the Mind Thief so that I have some higher health. So we'll go. Here we go, Stags. Wait, that's not right. No, that's right. That is right. Okay, so so this one is literally just wait till 2 other characters complete their personal quests, then you complete yours. 20 bandits or cultists. I'm gonna go this one because I know that class is a lot of fun to play. Alright. Last one. You know what? I'm gonna go hard on this. I'm gonna go high HP rounds. So we're gonna play a Cragheart. And I'm not even gonna take questions. He is immediately Korg. Okay, find the Skullbane Axe in the Necromancer's Sanctuary or Sanctum, and then use it to kill 7 living bones, corpses, or living spirits. Complete 4 boss scenarios. I don't even remember what this one is. Oh, I think I do. Okay, well, I know I can get 2 of these out of the way right off the bat, so that's cool. We're gonna go that way. I know what this class is, and this class is really cool. but I don't need it right now. And if this is the one I'm thinking of, it is amazing. All right. First things first, we're going to go back to the merchant. So poison dagger. I'm going to have to wait for the poison dagger. I'm going to give him that because, yeah, I'm going full squad. I'm not going to take it. I could take it easy and go like 2 because it actually scales with the number of people in your party, but I'm not even gonna. I don't even want to. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do that. This character is a ranged character. Maybe I should have done that. No. Okay. So now, back to the world map. We have our squad. The nice thing about this game is if you fail, if you exhaust, which is what happens when you run out of cards or you run out of HP. If you exhaust, and all of your characters exhaust, you reset. You don't lose the character, you don't die. You just have to do the scenario again. Not a problem. When you're in town, you have the option to do a city encounter. And then when you're traveling to a location, you'll have to do a road event. I'm going to do a city encounter just because I like doing them. They sometimes have cool benefits. They sometimes hurt, but you know we're going to do it. And it's not really like it's not something you have to do so much as just you choose between 1 or 2 answers. So, all right, you decide to unwind the sleeping lion, but just as you're starting to relax, a bear of a man crashes into your table, scattering drinks across the floor. Towering over him is a massive Enox. What did you say about my horns? So the Enox is the race that the brute is. The man stands up, brushes shards of glass from his tunic, says, "Tunic, I said the sight of them makes me want to vomit." The Enox roars, charges headlong into the man, crashing through the tables in process. At this, the entire tavern erupts into violence. After all, when a man is deep in his drink, the last thing you want to do is knock the drink over. So, here is a standard encounter. You have some options. You don't know what's underneath these 2 decisions until you pick them. But sometimes it's win-win. Sometimes it's lose-lose. Typically, for the most part, 1 is good, 1 is bad. But sometimes 1 is bad, 1 is good, or okay, or neutral, just nothing happens. And the other one is bad unless you have the right character in your merc group. And then it turns to good. So, we're going to start off. We're not going to ruffle any feathers. We're going to stop the fighting. Because it's the bar. We're trying to have a drink. People are fighting. We're going to stop it. Okay. So the party's reputation goes up by 1 because we stopped the fight. So that's good. And effectively, when you get your reputation up high enough, merchant shops go down. Certain encounters, so road events or city encounters, sometimes will give different outcomes if you have good enough reputation. So this is good. Basically, at this point, it's just going to mean more or less cost to items buying from the merchant. So that's always good. All right, so starting our journey. Now, I skipped through it, I'm sure, but basically, something is pushing us here. So we're going to go here. We have to kill everything in all the rooms. No big deal. But before we go, I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to go through each of the characters and finalize the cards. Because even though you have a card limit that you can equip, you actually have extra cards, and you can decide which ones you want to use. So we're going to edit our deck. So the 3 cards that are not in my deck at the moment are these 3. If you look at the bottom of the card, there's an X, and a 1. Those are the level. X means it's just a card available to you. It doesn't matter. There's no level restrictions. 1 is a level 1 card. And then every subsequent level that you get, you unlock new cards. So once I get to level 2, there'll be level 2 cards. That's up to level 9. However, for every level, there are 2 cards that unlock. You can only pick one, and you can only have 1 card from that level in your hand at a time. There is an exception to that. If you get to, like, say, level 3, and the 2 cards that in level 2 were both really good, say you liked them a lot. You pick one, okay, great. You get to level 3, the 2 cards that they give you both suck for your style, for whatever you're playing with, right? You can take a higher level spot, like a level 3 spot, and use a level 2 card in that spot. You can't, however, take a level 3 card and put it in a level 2 spot. So, like, let's say your level 2 skills suck, but you pick one anyways, and you get to level 3, and both level 3s are good. You can't take that level 2 card out and put a level 3 card in its space. So you can't have both level 3s if you're level 3. If you're level 4, you can use a level 3 card in level 3 spot, and then a level 3 card in level 4 spot. You also can only have this number. The cards that you're allowed to equip does not change. It is a set number for each character, or for each class, and you have to effectively remove and add stuff based on how you want to play. So, Shield Bash is a decent card because it's got a low initiative. So the lower the number here, the sooner your attack or your turn happens. But the shield, this is so I'll break this down a little better. Each card has 2 sides: an attack action and a movement action. And you get 1 attack and 1 movement, but you can't use them on the same card. So when you're playing, you actually draw 2 cards, and you take the attack, the top half action from one, and the bottom from another, and you use those. Now, say I'm trying to use Shield Bash. Well, it's a attack 4 with a stun. Cool, great. But it's a burn card, so I can only use it once, and then it goes into my burn pile, which is separate from discard. This is a discard. This is a burn. Let's say I have this card. I want to use the low initiative, but I don't want to burn the card. I can just do a base 2 attack here. Or say I want to use this low initiative, but I want to use this card to move. Well, there's no move action in this part, so if I do this part, I can't move. So I have to use the default movement here. That being said, this is a strong attack, but I don't need it this early. And the fact that it burns after 1 use is not useful. So I'm going to take this one because this is a pierce attack. So it actually attacks... like if I'm standing here... okay, good. So if I'm standing here, it will attack the two hexagons in front of me in a line. And I get to pick which line. Now, if somebody is here, I can't do this. I can't do this. It has to be direct lines. So that'll come in. You'll see that more as we're playing through. But we're going to take that one. This one is... I'm not going to... Wall of Doom is decent, but like the top half action, not great. This isn't a movement action. So it's really only good if I'm going to do an attack somewhere else. So I'm probably not going to do Wall of Doom, even though the initiative is good. So let me see. That's good. Broken Roar is good. Sweep. Eye for an Eye. Here it is. So Eye for an Eye. Really good initiative. Retaliate 2. What this means is instead of doing an attack, I'm going to set myself in retaliate mode. So anytime I take melee damage, I immediately do 2 damage back. And that is not modified damage, that is just base damage. That if somebody hits me in melee range, and they're next to me and they hit me from like adjacent hexes, they immediately take 2 damage after they hit me. And so this card, every time I do this, and this is for a round, I can only use this for 1 round, and then the next round the retaliate falls off and I pick new cards. But every time I get hit, while in this stance, in this round, I actually gain 1 experience, which is good. However, I'm not trying to sit there and take 10 hits. And the runs, the early game stuff, I'm not going to be running into hordes and hordes of like close range. I'm going to be running into a mix of close and long range. Well, if I get shot from a long range attack, retaliate isn't long range, so I won't retaliate back. So that card's not going to be any good to me. This is kind of an interesting card. So if I put this card in and say I want to use it for movement, and I have like, let's say this guy. So I do like 6 damage. This card automatically means that now when I go to do a movement, I'm going to do 6 movement. Not bad. However, you know what? I didn't really use it like that before. I actually am going to use Wall of Doom because it's a low initiative. Let's see. No, I'm going to go eye for an eye. I'm actually going to use this. I probably won't use it for very long, and as soon as I level, this is going to be the first one I pull out. But it's a low initiative. It'll get my turns going faster, so that's good. Okay, so Megabind. He's got 12 cards. That's a nice one. The bottom half burn is a really good heal, so it's nice. It's a nice emergency one. It's got short range, but it's a nice little emergency heal. So I definitely want that in. So we're gonna take out. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. Proximity Mind is a good movement. So 4 movements on the bottom half is good. Because your base movement for the bottom card is 2. So 4 is twice as much. That's good. Bottom half heal is not bad. Ooh, Flamethrower. Oh, so Flamethrower is decent. Because it does a 3 attack and does a wound in the area. But it's a burn card. So if I use it... this is nice, though. This gives me an aura. Okay, so we're going to keep Flamethrower. And I'm probably going to get rid of this Harmless Contraption. The problem with summon cards is that they're always a burn card. They become a sentient device, or like a summon, but they move on their own. You can't control their actions. They have very basic actions. They move towards the closest monster, and they do a base attack. So this one's got a movement of 2. It doesn't have any attack, and it's got 6 health. So basically this thing runs around and just tries to pull aggro. But you can't control where it goes, so it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. And the only way that works really well is if you just happen to summon it at the right time in the right place, and you block a monster. That's about it. So I want that because of the heal, and this is attack 2, range 3, so it's a range attack of 2 base damage, but it can target 2 different targets. So we're gonna go with that. Potent Potables is good because the 3 move is decent, but we're gonna keep that. Let's see, Energizing Tonic. Here we go. Energizing Tonic. So these are good, like, emergency things, especially this top heal 5. But both of these actions are burn cards. So if you're going to use it, you have to use these until you're absolutely ready to use it. And I just don't want to do that. So we're going to get rid of Energizing Tonic, and we're going to bring in Potent Potables, because it's giving me a 3 move. And if I felt like burning it, this adds +2 heal for the next 4 heals, and every time I do a heal, it gives me... Every other heal does experience, so... I'm going to do that. Alright, let's get on to... Alright, this is my first low card, low count character. So it's got 9. let's see. Attack 2, gain... Add +2 attack and gain 1 experience when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. So that's a good one because that attacks... So if you have 2 characters, if he's next to an enemy and that enemy is next to one of your characters, you do an extra 2 damage and you get 1 experience. And it's not a burn card. Flanking Strike is a good one because it's a low initiative. I think that's the lowest initiative in the game. Except for like a monster that has like a 1. Some of the bosses have like a 1 initiative thing that's meant for story progression. Like, open a door. Boom. First initiative. They immediately go and open a door. But that's good attack. Oof. And a good movement. Smoke Bomb. Invisible Self. On your next attack, while invisible... Double the value of the attack and gain 2 experience. That's pretty decent. So that means that you go invisible, you can't take damage, and you do double damage plus gain 2 experience, but you burn the card. So it's good, but it's kind of like a I'm in some shit. I need to get smoked. You know, I need to get hidden, right? The other thing is that what that does, and your next while invisible. So this right here means that this, until you do an attack, this persists. Or until the invisibility wears off, this will persist. Whichever comes first. But it also generates an element, which is dark. Elements are used to modify attacks, but that's not really important now. The pull is decent, but it doesn't do any damage. It just pulls closer, so it's really good for like pulling into traps. So Smoke Bomb, I'm not sure. Smoke Bomb might get dropped. We'll see. Backstab is a move 6. That's not a burn. That's nice. Attack base 3, add 2 and gain 1 when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. So this is a funny one. So this one could actually do base 7 if one of the monsters is up next to one of your allies and is not next to one of its allies. Then you gain +4 for that, +3, and then whatever your modifier is. So effectively, this could do 7 or 14 damage max because you get a 2 times modifier, which is interesting. But it's a burn card, so we're gonna keep Backstab because just the movement alone is good. Thieves' Knack is really good because it's a bottom half attack, which means that you can do this big ass attack here and then also follow it up with a little smaller attack to try to finish them off. So that's good. Venom Shiv is a base 3 attack, but it also adds poison. Poison is a... it's not like a... Poison does not exist like it does in other games, where they just take damage over time. What poison does is every time you take damage, it adds 1 to that damage. So anytime the enemy takes... Even if it takes 1 point of damage, it immediately becomes 2. Which is nice. It's also a pain in the ass if it happens to you, because what happens is, if a poison gets applied to you, to get rid of poison, you have to heal it off. So if you cast a heal on yourself, the poison removes. Or if you long rest, the poison removes, because in the long rest, you get health back. But that heal negates the poison, and you don't get any of the healing damage from it. So if I'm poisoned and I need, I cast like a 4 heal on myself, the poison falls off, I don't get any of that 4 heal. So that's kind of an interesting thing about poison. You gotta be careful with it. Throwing Knives is a range attack, target 2. Yep, that's good. Quick Hands is a move, then attack top. So you can do like Quick Hands and Thieves' Knack. These are all pretty good. Let me see what I got down here. Okay. So add +1 attack to each of your allies adjacent to the target. Interesting. Move 3, And force one adjacent enemy to perform a move 1. So it's like a mind control. Alright, that one's really good. Okay, because none of that is burn either. That's just reusable. Cool. Attack 2, add X attack where X is double the shield value of the target. Oh, damn. That is really good too. Oh. This just negates. Like if you get in there, you can negate a whole set of damage. Just by using this. And it's not a burn. It's just a bottom half action. So you can't walk away, but you can negate damage. Oh, that's really good. Swift bow. Loot for every hex you enter with this action. Oh. Well, shit. I'm going to get rid of quick hands for swift bow. I'm going to get rid of... I mean, I really like this, but I'm going to get rid of that for Sinister Opportunity. And I'm going to just hate myself for not throwing that in. Okay. Actually, Merchant, I'm going to look real quick. What else can I use for him? I was trying to think of something. What did I want to do? I don't think I have the item that I'm trying to think of. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Boots of Striding. So next time, as soon as I get 10, I want to put Boots of Striding for that. Because that's how you collect a shit ton of money. World map. Oh yeah, his cards. Okay, so opposing strike. So this one right here. This is where my character B would attack on both sides. So this is a retaliate. It's a burn. Attack 3 and it immobilizes the enemy, which means that they can't move hexes. They have to stay in place for the rest of this round and the next. Avalanche. Attack 4, but if you consume the... Okay. That's pretty good. Create 2 single hex obstacles in empty hexes adjacent to you. That becomes important later, I think. Not so much now, because I don't think I have much of those skills, but we'll see. So, like, here's one, right? Move 2. All adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1 damage. Not great. Massive boulder. So I'm probably going to take that one out. Although the heal is nice. I'm going to take that out, I think. Ooh, but that generates... Ugh. That generates leaf, which I need for this. Well, that's fine. That generates leaf as well. All allies and enemies adjacent to the target suffer 1 damage. So... This is where the damaging your friends comes in. On your next 4 ranged attacks, add target. Ooh. That's pretty good. Destroy 1 adjacent obstacle. So this is good because, like, if you're walking, there are just things that exist on the map that are blocking you, and you can destroy it with this. And it doesn't affect your it's not a burn card, so you can use it more than once. And it gives experience, which is good. Okay, Rock Tunnel we're going to keep for now. Unstable Upheaval. Target all adjacent enemies. Target all enemies up to 2 hexes away from you. All adjacent allies suffer 2 damage. See, that one... Yeah. That one I'm not going to use. It's a decent attack, but... It's basically what's happening is like you're lifting up the ground underneath of you to throw it at the enemy. And so you lift up the ground underneath you, but your friends that are around you all take damage as you're pulling the rock out from underneath them and hitting them with it. And then you throw it to do a bunch of damage to the guys. It's decent, it's good damage, but your allies take 2 damage, which sucks. Here's a good one. Okay. So this is important because you can push into objects. So if you do an attack 3, range 3, you can then consume earth element, life element, and push from 2 from where they're at. So that's really good. All adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1, move 4, and a jump all adjacent. Yeah, crater. Okay, I'm going to end up using the top half, but not the bottom. This one's nice. So this does 1 damage, not very good, but it does a huge sphere of damage, and it muddles. And muddle is basically disadvantage. So what that means is when you go to attack, you automatically have disadvantage, and you have to take, you pull 2 modifier cards, and you take the worst one. So that's good. I just gotta be careful with that. Range 2, attack 2, range 5. Okay. So we've got 2 spots open. Let's see. Attack 3, push. You may push the target into hexes containing obstacles. In each case, destroy the obstacle, and the target takes 2 damage. Add +1 to all of your range attacks this round. Okay, so that is a good one. And +2 to all your melee attacks this round. That. Okay. Heal 2. Okay, that's decent. It's only 2 heal. It is 2 targets though, which is nice. Okay. Now that I've spent a lot of time just getting started, it's time to go do a quest. So, we're on the world map. This is the first quest we got. It's over here, but you can see it as well. It highlights it. So you click on it. And we want to click travel. Now, on the way...
Everyone needs to eat. Yeah. Whatever your reason for coming to Gloomhaven, out here on the edge of the world, that simple fact is never going to change. A mercenary can't fight on an empty stomach.
Yeah. Early game planning. But
Sarah, a Valrath woman wearing a red cloak and enough gold jewelry to keep you fed for a decade, approaches you in a sleeping lion and offers to pay you 10 gold coins to track down a thief and retrieve some stolen goods. Well, seems like as good an excuse as any to sober up and start paying off your tab. This thief has taken some important documents, says the red-skinned merchant, her tail whipping about in agitation. I don't care what you do to him. Just bring back what is mine. Based on Jaxera's description, it was easy enough to knock around a few alley thugs and get a location of the thief's hideout. You don't find yourself as a mercenary way out in Gloomhaven without knowing how to crack a few skulls. So your target is the Black Barrel. Sounds like a lovely place.
okay, now when you're traveling from town to a location, you're going to come into an encounter, a road event. So you feel a tad hungry as you walk down the road. You consider stopping for a meal when you come across a thicket of bushes covered in red berries. The berries look delicious, but you hesitate. They could be poisonous. So the reason for these is to potentially add handicaps to the scenario. So like, let's say I eat the berries and they are poisonous. Most likely what will happen is all 4 of my characters will start off the scenario with poison. I mean, they're going to take 1 extra damage every time they take damage. But if they're just fine, if they're normal berries and they're not poisonous, then you might get like, you know, a bonus or a bless, or nothing will happen. But what could happen is if I say I pass on the berries and I eat my normal rations, there might be like disheartened effects. Start off with wound or you know, start off immobilized. So you have to kind of decide what you think is going to be the best option and the least likely to harm you when you enter the scenario. And I think I'm gonna pass. So nothing happens, and I go on. I may have gotten something special for eating the berries. I don't know, but could be poison.
Past the new closer, you see the mound is formed from a black earth. Its small, overgrown entrance presents a worn set of stone stairs leading down into the darkness. As you descend, you gratefully notice light emanating from below. Unfortunately, the light is accompanied by the unmistakable stench of death. You contemplate what kind of thieves would make their camp in such a horrid place as you reach the bottom of the stairs. Here, you find your answer. A rough group of cutthroats who don't seem to have taken very kindly to your sudden appearance. One in the back matches the description of your quarry.
Okay. Now, separate from personal quests is battle goals. These are individual options that you try to complete while doing an individual scenario. Have 5 or more total cards in your hand after in a scenario. Only take short rests. This is going to be easier to try to complete. And if you complete them, and then you complete the scenario and you don't exhaust, your whole team doesn't exhaust out, then you get a perk point, or in this case 2. What that does is every 3 points allows you to modify your deck. I'm sorry, not your deck, but your modifiers for your deck, which I'll show you once we get into a battle. So I'm going to go for 7 or fewer experience. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted during the scenario. Probably it's going to be hard. Not hard, but I feel like that's likely that at least one of them will exhaust, so we'll try to loot 5 or more gold piles. And then cause a trap to be sprung or disarmed on your turn. Kill 1 or more elite monsters during your scenario. We'll go with that. So, don't know what the rewards are. Here are the 3 monster types that we're going to go up against. So, there's going to be living bones, so skeletons, bandit guards, which is just like melee, and then bandit archers, who are ranged. And the objective is to kill all of the enemies in all of the rooms, which means there's going to be multiple rooms in which to fight. And you'll see here in a sec. This game is very tactical early on, and then you get a little more comfortable and you can be a little more loosey-goosey with it afterwards.
You can vaguely make out his silhouette as he retreats down a hallway and through a door to his left. Well, it's not every day we get people stupid enough to hand-deliver their valuables to us, grins one of the larger bandits, unsheathing a rusty blade. We'll be killing you now. Joke's on them. If you had any valuables, you probably wouldn't be down here in the first place.
Okay, so now this right here is the door you have to go through, which means it's another room on the other side. This is the picking phase, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of my characters and pick 2 cards, one for the top half action and one for the bottom half action. The numbers next here are the initiative, and what that is the order of which you go. You don't know what their initiatives are. They get revealed after you pick all of yours. And so sometimes you want to go early, sometimes you want to go late. Kind of just depends on, how you're viewing the room and what things you want to do. So, because he's my tank and I want him to be, going in, it's doing, a lot of damage, I want him to go early to get out front. The other thing you can do is at the very beginning of the scenario, only this one moment are you allowed to do this. You can move your character around and pick where you want them to be. And okay, actually, I'm gonna move Craghart there. So here is the first room of monsters. There are 6 enemies here. These guys here, if you look at the icon, it's a different color than this one, and it's got like a little gold thorny border. That means they're an elite. this just regular circle with the number, that means they're just a regular monster. The number inside the circle is the number of health points they have. And you can see notches for each point of damage that they can take. And then this icon right here on the right of the health bar is a shield icon, which means that this right here negates 1 point of damage that you do. So let's say I do this, and I do a crushing grasp, and it does, plus 0 modifier, which means I'm going to do 3 damage. The shield automatically negates 1, so I only do 2 damage to them. Okay, so we're going to look and see. Oh, man. So I think what I'm going to do is this. Oh, also, whichever card you click first is your initiative, and then the second one doesn't matter. But if you say right here, if I decided I wanted to go on initiative 57 instead of 38, all I have to do, I can still use this card, but I just have to unclick it and then re-click it, and now I'm at 57. So I'm gonna go 38. Let's see, the brute. I usually use this one to go early and get up close. 1, 2, but I think, and then this. So, oops, that. Let's. No, you know what? No, we're gonna do this one. So this is a area attack. So 2 adjacent hexes adjacent to the one I'm standing in. The gray in these images, the gray is always where you're standing. And so then the red ones are where the enemies have to be attacked. That being said, they just have to be side by side. They can be here and here or here and here. Like if I was standing here, it just so happens that that icon shows them here and here, right? But if I was standing here, I could just rotate it and I would still hit these two. They just have to be they have to be adjacent to me and adjacent to each other. So I'm going to use Provoking Roar. I'm going to do the base movement of 2 to walk up to here. And then I'm going to do the Leaping Cleave and do a base 3 attack on these 2 guys. The Tinkerer, actually let's go with him first. So this one I'm going to save because if I go early, I'm not going to be able to do any damage. Because I'm not going to be able to do the extra damage. Actually, you know what, though? He's at 10, so if I do... let's move the Quattro here. Him here. Craghart there. Tinker there. Craghart there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's a 5, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my Scoundrel to go right after my Brute. So, you see I have 10 here for an initiative. If I choose 10, and I choose, say, 12, what'll happen is he will go first. Even though they both have a 10 initiative, because the secondary initiative is 54, but his is only 12, he would go first. So I want to make sure, and that's not the one I want anyways. So I want to make sure that I have an initiative that happens after his. Either my first initiative is exactly the same, and then my second initiative is later, or just I do a later initiative. So I want to do 2, because it'll happen, or 12, so it'll happen after him. And then I want to do Flanking Strike so that I can move up 1 to here, and I'll do a base 4 attack, because he will then be adjacent to my teammate. Now for the Quattro. I think... Hmm. 34, Range 3. So like 1, 2. I will hit 2 targets. Alright. I'll take that one and I'll do the... For this one, I'm going to use the base movement to move here. And then I will attack these guys. Okay. So once you have both cards picked for all of your classes... and selection, and it will reveal the initiative for these two and what their attacks are going to be. Alright. That's not great. Well, actually, that's not bad. Because these two are going to be range, these two are going to be close up. What's going to happen is at their initiative 15, so at the turn, they're going to shield and then cast Retaliate on themselves. So any melee damage will immediately return 2 damage to the person hitting them. That's only melee, though. Range damage will not do retaliate. And because I'm going before them for my 2 melee guys, that's not going to affect me. The only thing that's going to affect me is that the 1 shield is going to suck for these 2 guys' attacks. So first up, we're going to base move 2. And we're going to hit these 2 guys. So as you can see... Right now, base attack, it's going to do 3 damage. It's kind of showing you where it's going to do that damage. Now, my attack modifiers are going to affect that. But you can see right here, it only does 2. But for this instance, just for the sake of explanation, if you look right here when I'm highlighting this guy's attack, you can see attack modifiers on the right-hand side, way over there. Each one of those is like a card. And if you look at the -1, there's actually 5 yellow dots below it. There's 6 underneath 0. So each dot represents 1 card. So you have a deck, and it's all shuffled up. And there's two instances in which you reshuffle that deck. You pull a null card, or you pull a 2x. The rest of the time, you deal through that card until you get to one of those. So what happens is you have a deck. It's all mixed up. You go to attack. You flip over the first card. If you don't have advantage or disadvantage, that's your card, whatever it shows. If you get a +1, then like my attack would do, 4 base damage, right? Since I'm doing an attack on 2 different people, I pull a different modifier for each of them. So, and it's not something I do. The system will automatically do it for me. But like when you're playing on the board game, that's how you do it. So I'm going to confirm my targets, and it's going to attack, and you'll see numbers pop up above their health bars. And that's the modifier I drew for each of them. So -1 and 0. So I actually did 2 damage for both of these. -1 took away, so I did basically 2 base. He doesn't have a shield, so I took 2 damage. I pulled a 0 for him, so it's base 3. But he has a shield, so I only did 2 damage. Alright, once I've completed that, and my turn, now it's the Scoundrel. We're going to walk right up to this guy, and because he's adjacent to one of my allies, I'm going to get a +2, so it's actually a 5 base attack on him. So we're going to say attack. So if you can see, the attack right now says 4, and that 4 is because he has a shield, so it's going to be a base attack of 5 minus the shield. 4 is my starting number. Now we'll see what the modifier pulls. Firm target. +1. So, +1 negated his shield. There we go. So I did 5 damage. Another rule, if 2 classes, because basically these guys are the same thing. They're both bandit guards, but one is elite and one is not. So the rules of order, since they both have the same initiative, the elite goes first. And that will matter when you get to things like obstacles in the room, or when you open the door, they immediately can start working their way to you, even if you don't go into the room. So, let's just move. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go here. So I'm gonna attack these guys in the back because my base damage is going to equate to his shield, so that's not going to do me a whole lot of good. So, and actually, I'm going to put advantage on this attack. So what this does is it actually pulls 2 modifier cards per monster and takes the best between them. So that just helps you get a little bit better damage on them. And if you can see in the bottom right corner of the card, it's got the like symbol for it turning. So that's tapping. So what that means is once I use it, I can't use it again until I long rest. Some items will have like a card and have an X through it. It means it's a one-time use and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this because it's just helping get a little extra damage. So -2, 0, good. And -1 to null. So either way I did null, but now my modifiers are recycling. God, that's unlucky. That is very unlucky. Okay. I was really hoping that they would move. Oh, that's right. It's range 5. Never mind. So I'm going to do this to add +1 to all of my range attacks. And then I'm going to... Oh. I need to roll a +1 to kill him. So maybe we get rid of this guy. No? Or this guy. I'm going to go here. Because there's a better likelihood that if I get a +1, I kill him. I also kill him. But if I don't get a +1, I do 0 damage to him. Oh no, I do 1 damage to him. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go here. Here we go. Modifier of +1. Alright, so he's dead. Would have been nice to get rid of the elite. They have just a little bit better stats, but it is what it is. No big deal. If you highlight over your character in the hex, it will actually show you what your attack modifiers are. They're pretty basic. They're all the same to start with, but as you level up and as you unlock more perks, you can manipulate that. So, all right. First things first. I want to skewer. So I think I'm going to take that and that. That way I can heal. I can use the bottom half action to heal myself or him if they take damage and if somebody goes before me. And then I can do an attack through them. So, Tinkerer. Okay, so I'm going to use this so I can do the poison. So this is an attack 2 range, so I'm going to try to get him to get poison on him if I can. I might just go to him, though. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to do that, and then I might move 2 and do like a stun on here, or I'll hit him and move back 4. We'll see. All right. I don't want to use that for actual damage yet, so we're going to hold on to it. Throwing knives is good because I can do, let me see, 1, 2, 3, so I can hit him and him. One thing to keep an eye out on, if I were to use a range attack, or if anywhere on the card it says range and then has this little symbol, and that's the number of hexes that the range attack goes. If I use a range attack on somebody who's immediately adjacent to me, I am immediately in disadvantage. So you want to try to stay at least 1 hex away from anybody that you're going to try to do a range attack on. Since I'm here and it's an attack 3, I'm also going to do Thief Knack just for the bottom half action so that I don't have to move. And okay, let's see. I don't want to use that. Use that. Okay. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna hope that these guys move around in a space that they're still one behind. So if you look at this, if the center, whoever you pick, it is the center here. So all adjacent tiles take damage. All adjacent enemies take damage, but all adjacent enemies and friendlies get muddled. That's what it is. So I'm hoping one of them stays right behind. Like if these guys move up, then one of them goes here. I can cast to this guy here and hit them without hitting him. That's one of the things I remember now with the Craig Hart that sucks is they don't have a lot of early initiatives. They're all like 30s and later. So okay, so this card means that they're on their turn 50, they're going to move 2, and anything within range, any adjacent, or the first adjacent enemy, or my team basically next to them, they're going to do a base 3 attack, and that's for both. So the Bandit Guard actually will move 3, so he's going to move here no matter what. He's going to go 1. Okay, he'll go 1, 2. He'll go 1, and then he'll go 1, 2. And he won't be able to get any closer, so he will just stay there. But I'm going to hit them with a muddle, which will put them at disadvantage, so that's fine. So we're going to do this attack. Damn, -1 modifier. 0. Okay, so he took 2 damage. And then we're going to do bottom half action on him. Oh, alright, that's good. That is nice. Very nice. So I think what I want to do is a 1, 2, 3. So I need to move. If you want to move the camera around, WASD or the arrows, do that. And then Q and E rotate the camera if you want to look, because some of the rooms will have doors off to the sides and it's hard to see them, so if you rotate you can see them. So we got 1, 2, 3. So I need to be here to hit him with the poison tag. So I'm going to just do... Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to skip the rest of the movement, and we're going to do this, and hit him. And I really just want to get poison on him, because it's just going to be more damage on him. Ugh, -2, so I did... Already, shield was doing a little bit of damage, but now because -2, did no damage. But he is poisoned, so... This is probably stupid, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him here. No, I won't be able to hit him with the muddle, though. So the reason I'm going here is this character, for their life goal, needs to collect, or for their battle goal, needs to collect multiple, I think 5 piles of gold. And you have to end your turn on it. So, like, if I had moved him here, he would have ended his turn on that gold to get it, and he would have taken it. And so the scoundrel would not have been able to get it. So, I'm just going to... 2x, right? Dead. Nice. Alright, so ending the turn. Range 2. So I need to be here. Which is not ideal. But... Ooh, there was earth. Nice. So I can consume that and doing 1 more damage to it. I'm also going to use that to gain advantage because I'm multiple attacks, which means a multiple chance to pull null. So we want to just... Yeah. Here we go. So now they're all muddled. And what that means is they're gonna now the next time they're gonna attack, they're gonna be at disadvantage. So it does 0 instead of 1. We'll take that. Ooh, that would have been bad if he pulled the 2x. -1, so I take 1 damage. Okay, so worked out. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I would need to do this and this. That's pretty late initiative. That's okay. Quattro. I'm gonna heal early. Damn, I was really hoping that I would have a loot card. Alright, so what do I have? Swift bows and attack 3. Okay, so we'll do a swift bow. And... oh. Right. I want swift bow for this, because that'll give me 2 of the hexes. I guess... Man, that would do a lot of damage. I don't want to do this one yet, so... shoot. Guess we'll do that. So I'll move here and attack with a big attack. Alright, he's gonna do... Oh, I really want this guy to be here. So, I think we just do... Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, and that. So what I'll end up having to do, doing is moving away, hitting this guy. It'll do damage to them. Yeah, there we go. 55. Okay, good. So they're not gonna move. Oh, so strengthen is advantage. So it's just another term for advantage. So continue. All right. I'm gonna heal you. And then we're going to move back over here. And we're going to skip the turn and end the turn. Skip the, yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to, what's the range? 3? So 1, 2, 3, okay. Move there. And we're going to do this. Okay, 2 damage there, 3 damage there. Okay, so they each took some damage in the turn. Alright, so now they're going to walk up. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is actually nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna move here. I'm gonna skip the rest of the movement, and we're gonna do a nice little arcing attack. Oh, I nulled on him. Not great. That sucks. So I'm going to do this on him to get him dead. Then I'm going to use this to go here. And end turn. So I'm going to pick up that gold, and then I'm going to use that skill in the next one to pick up these 2. Heal. I think that one. Get me up here. We're gonna say and finally, probably just do this attack. And then move. Okay. They're going early and shielding and poison. That sucks. And now poisoned. That's right. I'm gonna do a long rest after this. Yeah. Okay. So come on, at least a 0. Give me at least a 0. Oh, +1. There we go. He's dead. I need a +1 here. Oh, it's a null. That's alright. Um, and we're going to skip the attack because there's nothing to attack and turn. Gonna heal him. And move there. End turn. Oh, come on. Damn. That's unfortunate. Okay, so long rest for him because he's only got one card left. You have to have 2 cards to play. Okay. Move for attack 1. So. There we go. And what? Half hour in, first room done. Skip attack, in turn. Attack and turn. All right. Now, because I did a long rest, I have to pick 1 card to burn. He's got a lot of good cards, though. That one. Hate to do it, but that's the least useful at this point. So if you long rest, when you long rest, you, well, here you go. Refreshes all your spent cards. It refreshes armor, that kind of stuff, like that, all that. Those are their items. You have to burn 1 card, but you get to choose it, and then you heal for 2. It also occurs at the very end of a round, so it's the 99th initiative. So here is my problem. Alright, I'm just going to move here. I'm going to get the coin. This is a waste. I should have planned this out better because now I'm wasting turns. But if I open that door, everybody else in the next room is going to start getting their initiatives and they're going to get to go. So I don't want to do that until everybody's ready. Damn. That's the one I'm getting rid of. And so, he healed 2, didn't add to his health because he was poisoned, but now the poison's gone. He's at 7, so he's going to heal 2. I'm going to... Let me get rid of that one. Because I think, yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Okay, and I'll rest. I think I get rid of flamethrower. Don't have a lot of use for it. Okay. And we're back. So, provoking roar. I'm going first because I just want to go in there. And grab and go. Big movement. This is a range 3, so I just have to... I need a movement of 3. Portals, there you go. I need a big movement out of this guy, which is backstab. And throwing knife, so I'll do some range unless... no. Okay. Have a good night, sleep well, man. I will talk to you later. Do that. And finally for the Gragheart. He's going late. We're going to move in. Massive boulder. Alright, Scoundrel goes first. For the movement, we're going to open the door. So move back here. Gonna skip the movement. And we're going to attack. Let me get a 2x. Just to one-shot this guy for the sake of it. Come on, 2x. Okay, pretty close, but not quite what I was looking for, but not bad. I'll take it. So... we're going to go in. I'm going to skip movement. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hit him. Move 3. Oh, man. This is going to hurt. Confirm target. I'm going to disarm him. Good. 0 damage there. Okay, so now I need to for movement. Alright, getting back up to 7 at least. Nice. Ooh. Alright, well there went the heal. Oh, well, gotta burn a card for that one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, range 2. Okay, so I need to move up. Here. And skip movement. We're going to do... oh, it was a disadvantage. Oh well. Okay, let's see here. might actually... Yeah, I might have to do a couple of heals there, so we'll see. Going early. Move in here, do a big attack. Okay. Let's... If I go here and do attack, but he's probably gonna move before... Okay. Let's try this. Weak. Okay, so we gotta go for the elite archer. Come on, big damage. Alright, well, that's still good. 4 health left. Oh, I should have invised. Oh, well. Yep, that sucks. Alright, no damage. Nice. Okay. One, two, three. He's gonna retaliate. So instead, I'm gonna undo. I'm going to confirm movement. There we go. And then Jesus Christ. Fuck you, modifier game. Ah! Okay, so... I'm gonna move him away. I'm gonna try to pull these guys through. And, okay, so... Attack 2, range 5. You know what? I'm gonna actually undo. Do this first. Confirm action. And then I'm going to... Come on, big hit. No! God, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna just move away. So I'm gonna do this. I think I just need to use this. Because So that's the only movement I have unless I want to use this one. Yeah, I guess if I'm going to get rid of a movement, I'll get rid of that one. Throwing knives. Okay. So we're going to do this and this. And then I'll invis. Scoundrel. Probably going to need to do some healing. I think I'm just going to do this. Range 5. Oh, that's gonna flip and suck. Okay. So first things first. Throwing knives. No. Undo. Clear targets, undo. We're gonna go 1, 2. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, you just go and viz. You're no longer valid right now. Okay. End Scoundrel's turn. So... One, two, three. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Skip movement. Okay, stunned. Good. End turn. This is gonna hurt. Probably a lot. Take 1 damage, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip ability. And range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So they're gonna have to move. Do they have a move? They have a move once. So they're gonna have to move there to do damage to either of these guys. So he's gonna move forward. He can't move. So he'll move forward into this. And then he can't move, or he'll have to move forward into this. Let's move you back. Alright. And skip attack and turn. Thank you. I'm gonna short rest. Actually, no, we'll long rest. I'm probably fine. I'm probably far enough back. Okay. Long rest, because he's going to stay invisible. Now they're going to block up right here. That's nice. He'll stay invisible to the end of this turn, so if he goes till his turn occurs and finishes. So if he goes very last, then I won't have to worry about him. I'm going to long rest for him too. Attack 4, range 6. Ooh, but he goes at 68, so that's okay. We're going to do... Fucking null damage. Like, come on. Skip ability. And Tinkerer's turn. Okay. His was move to an attack, but he can't move, so he's not going to do it. Long rest. I think I'm going to get rid of Sweeping Blow. End turn. I think I'm going to get Dirt Tornado. And long rest. No. No. I think that one. Yeah, Smoke Bomb. Alright. I need to go in because there's still more here. I need to get onto these guys. Yeah, what have I got? So 4 or... I think I skewer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get it right up on this guy. Oh, hey! Skewer would be really great for that. I think I grab and grow late instead. A spare dagger. Short rest. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. He's going late. So let's skip. We're gonna go real fast with him. So flanking and swift bow. I think I'm gonna just do an attack on him and then get out. Cragheart. I need a big move that's not gonna. Okay, so that's it. Alright, I guess. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that, I guess. Tinkerer. Pullables for a move, and then I want something with some range. Try that. 14. Move 1, attack 2. Okay, well that works out really well actually. So first things first. Come on. Please, game. Please. Get a +1. You suck. You suck, game. You suck. Skip movement. Turn. Okay, so we're going to. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Why don't I do this then? We're gonna go 1, 2. Still enough. Alright. Okay, well, fuck. Can't go any further. Not gonna be good unless I get like a +2. No, 0. Didn't do any damage. Cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want to see. Okay, so now I need to push. Provoking War. 1, 2, 3, and a push. So we want to do that. So I can push them away and through those. That'll be useful. Okay, so then I want to get in and attack. We're going to come in late. I have no movements. Oh, that's not great. I guess we'll just do that one for a move 2, and I'll just... No, I need a range attack then. I guess that's gonna work. $31. Okay. So I'm gonna move here. Push that target. Confirm target. So we're gonna go push, push. Okay. Move 4. Shoot. I don't think I'm gonna have. Okay. Damn. I'm not actually gonna have the range to attack. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Skewer. This is probably the bad call. So I'm gonna move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hit him. It's gotta jump. So 1, 2, open the door, 3, 4, and back there. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all right. 56. So he's going last. Oh, but he gets 2 targets. Okay. Okay. And controls turn. Alright, well, he met his, so now I want to move. One, two, three. No, I'm just going. Okay. End turn. Skip movement. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Kicking through the door, you find yourself face to face with the reason these bandits chose this particular hole to nest in. Animate bones. Unholy abominations of necromantic power. Nothing more to do but lay them to rest.
Okay, so what are the archers? Attack, so it's range 4 though. 1, 2, 3, 4. But they have a movement. They have no movement. So as long as I stay... Okay, what are the bones doing? They gotta move through. Okay, so now he's immobilized. Okay. They're disarmed, so they can't attack. So I gotta deal with these 2 attacks. And these guys don't move, so they're not gonna get close enough. That's cool. Alright. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so we want a short rest. Fine. I'm gonna short rest. Okay. Short rest. Nope. There we go. Oh my god, slightly worse. Slightly. Ugh. Okay. So first things first, I got 2 guys in front of me. What can I do for that? I really need to jump. Actually, it's... Alright, 1, 2... Oh, I gotta kill them first, so I can't go... I go after 35. Unless I have a jump. Hoping I'll be able to move in. I think, yeah, so we're going to do net shooter. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay. Okay, he's trample. Okay, that's gotta jump. That's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, I'll try to take out one of these guys. Inventory selection. Okay, they're going at 16. They're going first. They gotta move 3. He's gonna take a lot of damage. And thank you. Okay. Okay, now you're not so much damage, but he's gonna. Okay. Thank you. A little heal for everybody. Not great, but something. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next. Craghart's turn. Well. No. Let's just take this guy out. Hopefully. Okay. And then we'll go in here. And turn. If I move 6, how far can I get? Not far. Let's get rid of one of these guys. Alright. Wing bones, move 2, attack 2, target 2. They can't move anywhere. Okay. Skewer. And leap. One, two. I just go right here. Okay. Throwing knives. Okay. Cragheart. I don't have a jump. Okay. 12. Oh, shield and heal too. That's not great. That's not great at all. I need to kill them to get out. Ugh. On your next 4 attacks, targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies. No, okay. God, there's a null. That's not great. Come on, something good here. Damn, 1 damage. So just gonna heal that back up, and he's gonna go full. Shit, that sucks. It's also really stupid that there's literally one way through. Okay. Okay. It's too bad I can't get closer. I need that extra. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna short rest. It's fine. Skewer. Okay. Might be able to do this. If I can kill him, if we get her up there, kill him. Whew, here we go. 14. Cool. Move on and attack. That fucked it up. Or did it? Oh yeah, it totally fucked it up. There we go. Nice. Alright. Throw another trap. Yeah. Oh, you. Alright, well. Okay, who's going first? Craig. Okay. And Bones is doing what? Just an attack. Okay. Dead. Can I... Nice. Okay, so what am I picking up? Found a treasure chest. Windswept Highlands unlocked. Alright, victory.
You take a moment to catch your breath and steel yourself against the visions of living remains ripping at your flesh. Your target is not among the dead, and you shudder to think what horrors still await you in the catacombs below.
Ah, I took some long rests. I need to think about that. Okay, so that's one. That's one. I didn't kill any elites with Craigheart. Okay, clean rewards. Nice. Windswept Highlands. Barrel there. Occasionally, you'll come across linked quests. Linked quests share a narrative arc and are encouraged to be completed one after the other. By going directly to the linked quest, you will avoid running road encounters. If you prefer, you can return to Gloomhaven by clicking on the map. Okay, so that's what this is. So if I go here, I won't have to do a road encounter because I'm already here. But we're going to go... Hold on. Oh, that looks nasty. So travel back. Okay. The city encounter. Occasionally, your dealings in town lead you past the bustling docks. All conversation gets drowned out by the constant din of loading and unloading cargo and crew. This makes it all more surprising when you hear a voice above the noise directed straight at you. Oi! You with the hard looks and the big arms. I desperately need some help over here. Spare a few minutes to help make sure I get out of port on time, otherwise I'll be stuck until tomorrow. So we can either help or we can move on. You don't have time. Let's just help. Hey, look at that. 5 gold each. Nice. Alright. So spitting drakes, which are flying, and they do range attacks and have 6 health. Sun demons, flying, have shield, and have advantage, and have 7 health. And wind demons, flying and shield, and have 3 health. Oh, God, that's... No. Thank you. Okay. So... I think we'll go back here. And to the world map. Here we go. Alright. And with that, calling it a night. And episode 1 is complete. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.